What's up, guys? It's your boys Wokey, back out with some more of the scary, terrifying, and creepy videos from the man, the myth, the legend, Nuke's Top 5, with his top 25 scariest videos of the year, in which we have watched quite a bit of doozies for the 2024. But grab a chair, grab some popcorn, 2 extra pants, because this is a double feature. It's spooky time. If you guys are new to my channel, or if you guys are returning and have not subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe right now by hitting that wiper icon down at the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you guys all so very much. Hopefully one day we will hit that 100K goal, but I need your guys' help. So subscribe, comment, like, and share. And with that being said, also go over to Nuke's Top 5. Go give him some love. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. You know the deal. This man has been around in my spooky life for like 5 or 6 years, and I have never looked back since. So, without further ado, let's get into the spookiness.
Toy Story.
We were messing around with my little sister's camera.
Right off the bat.
We just found something, like...
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Okay.
It's a normal Tuesday in October,
I remember
around
this one.
6 p.m. when a young girl takes out her camera to record her new toy collection and talk about her day.
Now I do.
What happens next is downright chilling.
Not gonna lie.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my Skibidi.
This doll right here is pretty scary, and then this doll, this is that Skibidi doll. So no.
Collection that I just got today. We went to a toy store and they had all of these things, like this cameraman, these tiny little action figures, this big Skibidi toilet, and this one. And then
She really likes the Skibidi.
I saw my friend the other day, and we went on a walk, and we also got ice cream that day, and I'm having a lot of fun.
The amount of terror that you see in her eyes. I wish you could enhance the video to see her eyeballs, to see what she's actually looking at. She wasn't staying around. Was that the door or her screaming? And she's doing this at 6 o'clock at night. Oh! I remember that! What was
The
that?
little girl looks up and seems frozen in fear as she stares at something that we can't see. She stares motionless for over 20 seconds and then gets up and hurries out of the room.
What was that black
The
shadow?
camera continues to record and captures something that seems to follow her. Later, the little girl's older sister, Charity Lewis, is looking through the camera's footage and finds this strange recording completely by accident. Charity shares the clip on Instagram and says that before viewing this video, she had no idea that her little sister had experienced anything strange. To this day, the recording remains a mystery.
Oh my gosh.
Up on the housetop,
Reindeer
an
pods!
urban
Oh.
explorer checks out a group of small abandoned buildings in the middle of nowhere, deep in the woods of Poland.
I found a couple abandoned buildings that I'm gonna go and investigate.
Eventually, it gets too dark to explore,
Hoi.
and he decides to leave.
Does
But
he?
hanging around till after dark seems to have been a terrible mistake.
Why? I don't remember this one. See, this is why I like rewatching stuff, or watching. Because I feel like I've missed things. What the hell is on the... Why is it on the roof? Oh, it's chasing him.
Someone can be seen chasing the now panicking urban explorer, and whoever it is seems to have come from right off the goddamn roof. The urban explorer runs off into the woods to escape, but whoever this strange person is now seems to be following him.
Oh. Did you guys ever watch The Knowing? Do you remember those like creatures or those like humanistic looking people that like, they did this or whatever, and then they had like wardrobes? That's what I kind of look. It's what it looks like. And this is why I have a concealed to carry. Still following him. Oh, he just ran off. Where'd he go? Oh, he's in the woods.
Thankfully, the urban explorer makes it home safe and
Thank the
shares his
Lord.
footage on YouTube. A curious viewer points out just how pale the unknown stranger seems to be.
Albino?
Another viewer claims that they too have visited the abandoned buildings and that they also saw this same creepy man.
What?
Either way, this strange guy swooping down from the roof to chase the urban explorer away is truly creepy, and it seems like something right out of a horror movie.
Is it his home? Oh, he's booking.
Cave Crisis.
Uh-oh.
Alex Cantrell from the YouTube channel Underground
You could not pay me to go in a cave spelunking. I will go in a cave if I can walk through it and look at the stalactites, but I am not going where I start getting claustrophobic. Hell no.
Explorers is invited to explore a cave on his friend's ranch in Texas.
Not happening.
But the cave is partially submerged in water, making it very difficult to enter and explore.
Now.
Now I'm going to go ahead and say that this video is not exactly anything paranormal, but it is very scary and 100% real. It's especially scary if you're even the slightest bit claustrophobic. Now, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, I want to stress, no one was seriously injured in this video. The following footage was recorded by a professional cave diver. Do not attempt to do this yourself. All right, so Alex is joined by a...
Who knows what's in that water? Have you not seen Anaconda? Have you not seen The Descent? All these movies tell us not to go in the caves.
few of his friends as they begin to explore the frightfully small cave.
All right, who's got the oxygen meter? I don't see that. Look at this. We got an oxygen meter now? So people won't be mad at me? So what all does that show? Carbon monoxide?
Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, and low oxygen.
Cool.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So
we got the Action Adventure twins here helping us out. As you guys are like, Matt, check the oxygen. Oh, danger levels.
Breathe on it a little bit.
Wow,
Danger,
carbon monoxide.
Danger.
It's waterproof?
It is, but I don't think it's gonna work too well if like the little intake
that
clogged
makes
with
sense.
water.
It's gonna be hard to keep that thing out of the water.
What makes people want to do this?
Made it out to the cave that's on the demolition ranch. Or off the ranch.
Wait, is it beeping already?
Well, see, I immediately dunked it underwater.
I told you.
So, you know, I don't think this is gonna give us the accurate.
Probably not our
Or the entire cave has bad air.
Or your burrito's done.
It might.
Get into it.
No! They're literally got their head like this.
A lot further. We're not even close.
Becomes smaller and smaller. I would not. No way.
As they work their way deeper and deeper.
Because what happens if it collapses? You're done.
Deeper into the cave, the passageway becomes smaller and more claustrophobic. Eventually, there is barely even room to breathe above the murky water. This is when the exploration goes horribly wrong.
Oh no.
This is where we're at right now.
I love that they're saying this is intense.
Yeah.
That makes me
heard that yet.
That makes me feel good because I was scared in here and I'm like, what if these guys just come in and they're like, oh, this is a piece of cake. Let's climb it.
Yeah. No, this is a little rough.
Yeah.
I feel the rope on my foot. So much water in my ears.
Yeah, same. Oh man.
Water in my eyes. Snorkel would be nice right about now. Yeah.
I got so much water in my head.
Good times. Good times.
I'm getting claustrophobic just looking at this.
Is he under? Oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. I can just barely hear right here.
He's struggling, but what is he struggling for?
This is the waiting area.
I wouldn't want that water in my mouth.
I'm glad I didn't go in there and wait.
Are you going, Jacob? Oh, he just barely.
He got scared.
Oh my God! I'm coming out. All right, we'll back it out. Back it out. Come on out. Holy crap! You okay? You look like the sharkest guy.
This makes me so nervous. Like, I'm nervous
Alex's
for
friend, fellow
them.
cave explorer Jacob, is a little further ahead in a part of the cave that is so submerged that there's barely room to breathe. As he ducks under the murky water, Jacob becomes confused and panics, breathing in a mouthful of the dirty water.
Oh,
In a terrified
gross.
frenzy, he tries to back out of the cave as fast as he can, but he slams into Alex, dragging him underwater too. Luckily, the two guys make it out safely, with only a few scratches to remind them of the terrifying incident.
You're crazy.
This video once again goes to show that sometimes people, even your own friends, can be much scarier and more dangerous than anything paranormal. And I don't know about you, but just watching them in that cramped little tunnel gave me the heebie-jeebies. Now, you can watch this entire exciting cave exploration and many more over on the YouTube channel, Underground Explorers.
I think I'm good.
Knock.
Who's there?
Late one night, a group of friends decide to film themselves taking a spooky dare at a local school that is said to be haunted.
Oh boy.
The story goes that if you go around to the back of the school and knock on the nurse's office door, someone or something will knock back.
Go. Just knock on it. Knock. Knock. Go.
Does it knock back?
Knock harder. Let him know. Let him.
A sudden loud scream sends the girls running in terror.
Let him.
Now, unfortunately, the original creator of this video has basically disappeared off the internet. So for now, whatever happened next remains a mystery. The thing in the tunnel.
Oh gosh.
Nuke's Top 5 viewer Sophie reached out to us about a very creepy video that her friend Laura recorded in an abandoned railway tunnel in Hassel, Germany. The tunnel was built in 1890 and it was used extensively by German troops during World War II. So, while on a weekend trip, Laura checks out the historic old abandoned rail tunnel. She's recording with her phone when she captures what is maybe one of the weirdest clips I've ever seen. Check it out.
Just think of all the history that this place has had. So it's right here. Nope, 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 nope.
Something pale and thin can be seen rising up from the tracks in front of Laura on what looks like a thin little arm. As for Laura, she gets one look at the disturbing thing and just turns and makes a run for it.
She's smart. She's a smart girl.
Now, watching this clip over and over, I honestly have no idea what this is. It looks like maybe a hairless torso with two skinny arms.
It's zombies!
Getting up in a very unnatural way. Maybe it's an animal, maybe it's a very weird looking person. I just don't know.
I can't say the N-A-Z-I word because it's within YouTube guidelines, but zombies! If you guys know what I'm talking about when it comes to Call of Duty zombies, oh my goodness.
You tell me what you think this is down in the comments.
Because the zombies came out of the floor all the time. They came out of the windows, they came from above, they came from everywhere. That sounded gross. Okay.
Open house. Reddit user / realtor Sandra is recording a tour of a 1960s bungalow-style home to show prospective buyers.
What makes it a
Sandra's
bungalow?
filming at night in order to showcase the house's interior lighting. But it's starting to get a bit late at the creepy little cottage.
That's why I like this
and
sweatshirt.
things are about to get weird.
Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this beautiful vintage 1962.
Oh. I believe it's 1963.
Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this vintage 1963 bungalow.
Oh. No one's here.
Go ahead, do it again.
And then when it happens, they're like,
You're on camera.
ah! I like that she tests it. She's looking. Nothing. She's trying to bug it. That
Open
bathroom
this door.
needs help. That pink tile.
Go ahead, open this door. Open this door like you did the other one.
I think it closes. I can't remember.
Come on, just move the glass or something.
Oh. That's creepy.
Go ahead, do it again.
Oh,
I'm not scared.
You're gonna be. 3, 2. Hello. That linoleum has got to go. Fire alarm? And she's scared. I quit! I'm not selling this house! I'm dead.
The door suddenly swings open on its own and Sandra is spooked. But she gathers her courage and rushes out to see what's going on. A glass of water sitting on top of the fireplace shifts and slowly moves as if it's being...
But that could be because of condensation. I've seen glasses move like suddenly, but it's because they have like condensation, water on the outside of it, and then it kind of moves.
Pushed by some invisible force. But things get even crazier as a smoke detector suddenly starts to beep before crashing violently to the floor. With that, Sandra has had enough and just gets out of there. But there's also something else that is very creepy in this video.
I knew it.
Something
Did you?
that only a few viewers even notice.
The picture.
So again, I ask, did you see it?
Yes.
Right before the door moves, a face in the picture right beside Sandra seems to slowly darken, and then the creepy little shadow fades away just as the door swings open.
Which I don't know why.
Sandra says that she's experienced several unexplained paranormal events in this home, but this was the first time that she finally captured it on camera. Ride of a lifetime. Gustavo Alcaraz from Mazatlan, Mexico is celebrating his 10th birthday with his family in a small amusement park. After gathering his courage, the young boy goes on a roller coaster for the very first time. A total of 8 people get on the roller coaster, all Gustavo's family. His proud mother sits in the front and records a video of Gustavo's first roller coaster ride. But her camera catches something that Gustavo and his family simply can't explain. Something truly chilling.
I won't say what it is. I'll let you guys, for those that haven't seen it yet. Empty last car. See, it's still empty. I remember my first roller coaster scared the pooper dinkle out of me. Still nobody.
Sí, son 5 o 6 vueltas.
Something's starting to form.
Abajo no, abajo, en la parte de abajo no.
Something's in that car. And the way that's really scary is that the lights is reflecting off that entity. Hell no. Hell no.
Otra. Ay, si no le da recio. Y fue el señor que se iba, güey. Así es el fuego.
Now it's gone.
¿Mira un brincolín? ¿Cuál?
Yep, it's gone. It's not like you're gonna jump on, jump off. There's no, you're not doing that.
Ay, aquí donde va, me da miedo.
What the crap?
You see, none of Gustavo's family got in the last cart on the roller coaster, and it's empty for most of the ride. But during the second lap, someone or something seems to appear out of thin air. The figure is hardly noticeable at first, but then it seems to transform into a solid person, seemingly wearing all black and sitting all alone.
Looks like a boy.
Now, the roller coaster has not stopped a single time to allow for a person to get on or off. So just who or what is this? Now what
Look at it! Look at it! It's got mass!
This capture even creepier is that years ago, 2 people lost their lives on a larger roller coaster that stood on the same land. After the tragic accident, that roller coaster was condemned and dismantled. It was replaced by this smaller, safer, family-friendly ride. So could this be the spirit of one of the victims of the older roller coaster accident?
Could be.
Are they doomed to loop this track over and over? Let me know what you think.
Crazy.
You think? Hanako-san. A group of friends at a high school in Japan hear crying coming from the restroom during their lunch break. Now in Japan, there is a famous legend of a girl named Hanako-san. This young girl's spirit is said to haunt restrooms in schools across Japan. The group moves in, all of them a bit hesitant to investigate the source of the creepy sound.
And they look genuinely
Needless
scared.
To say, it did not go well.
See, she looks nervous. Nope. Surprise!
The girls are just about to leave until they suddenly hear a loud bang and go back for a look.
And then boom!
The horrifying, distorted face of a young girl can be seen inside one of the restroom stalls. The group runs in fear, and the video cuts. Now, unfortunately, there's no source to be found for this video. It appeared on the internet as mysteriously as the Japanese legend. So did the girls capture evidence of Hanako-san? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
What do you think? Comment below.
Scary videos. Jason Barber from Salisbury, North Carolina comes home from work and he gets the unexpected scare of a lifetime.
Oh, a snake! I'm not scared of snakes. My dad is. That snake was like, "You're not going in."
An angry snake is hiding around the edges of Jason's front door and lunges out in an attempt to bite him.
How do you
Luckily
not
for
see
Jason,
it?
The bite was a miss, and the snake is actually a non-poisonous black rat snake. But something to be learned from this. If you walk up and your cat is just staring at the door and meowing for no reason,
it knows.
Maybe take a closer look before you just head in.
I want to know how the dang snake got up there.
In another clip, a man and woman have a similar scary encounter.
Are you guys scared of snakes? Tell me who's scared of snakes down below. Dog's like, "I got this."
The couple pulls out an old step stool and is shocked to find a large snake hiding under a box right in front of it.
How big?
They make a run for it with their puppy following close behind. But the puppy is not gonna let the snake have his toy.
He's like, "I got this."
So he just runs back in and yoinks it away. Snake or not, nothing is getting his favorite toy. While you are sleeping. It's 3 in the morning in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Jorge Cruz and his family are all fast asleep in bed. Okay. Suddenly, their bedroom door slams shut. Now, Jorge is woken up by the sound, but doesn't think much of it and goes back to sleep. But the next day, he begins to wonder what could have caused the door to slam. He checks their baby monitor footage, and what he finds makes his blood run cold.
It's like, leave the baby alone. This black mass right here. Moves the stuffed animal and then No bueno.
Loud banging can be heard before the bedroom door slams shut. Then a dark shadow-like figure can be seen creeping up the bottom of the baby's crib, seemingly watching the child sleep. The dark mass seems to reach over toward the child, even moving around a stuffed animal. Then it simply disappears into thin air. Jorge says that he feels the entity might be a dark presence in his home. So did the family.
But I think these are the same guys that have the chair that has the 666 on it, which is bad.
Capture a paranormal entity on camera? Let me know what you think. Apartment tour gone wrong. A realtor from Ladson, South Carolina is giving a tour of a brand new luxury apartment to an interested couple. Then it goes terribly wrong.
It helps sometimes.
I remember this one.
So this is the oval.
Yeah, that would help me actually.
Lovely cabinets, lovely steel appliances, granite countertops, hardwood floors. You have your own washer and dryer.
That's washer dryer hookups.
Yeah, cool. Oh, sorry, I kicked you.
And then you also get a homeless guy sleeping in your closet.
There's a person in there.
There's a person in here? Hello?
I'd like to know who he is. Or if the guy was like a little bit and got into the wrong apartment. I'm just wondering. Why would you go in the closet? That's the thing.
I'm so sorry about that. It's okay.
The woman touring the apartment heads alone into the back bedroom and checks out the closet. But surprise, because there's just some weird
sponsored by Under Armour
dude hiding in there. Understandably, she kind of freaks out and runs out of the room and warns the others. The realtor is shocked, and after checking out the bedroom herself, she just says, okay, we're gonna go.
There's a person in there.
There's a person in here?
I'd be like, if I was the person that's selling the apartment, I'd be like, so do you want it or not?
Now, it bears repeating that these are brand new luxury apartments in a guarded community. So it seems odd that a squatter could even get in there. But what would you do if you were touring an apartment and a guy just popped out of the closet?
Crap my pants.
Hidden away in the countryside of Chillicothe, Ohio, is the Schrader Road Tunnel. Built underneath a set of railroad tracks in 1927, the old road tunnel is said to be extremely haunted. The story goes that long ago, a woman was carrying her baby while walking along the train tracks late at night. The two were hit by an oncoming train. It is said that her ghost and the ghost of her baby haunt the Schrader Road Tunnel. Many people who have traveled through the tunnel report that they have seen the ghostly figure of a woman holding her baby. Others report hearing odd, unexplained wails and moans. Because of this, locals started referring to the Schrader Tunnel by a very different and much creepier name, the Crybaby Tunnel. So, Levi Woodruff is intrigued by the spooky stories and sets out to explore the Crybaby Tunnel late one night. As you might imagine, it did not go well.
Why?
So I've been down in here in a place called Crybaby's Tunnel. It's a place, it's local around my area. And they say she got hit on the tracks with her baby, or her body was dumped right there in the creek down here. There's something dead right there.
It's a deer.
Bro, there's something dead right there.
It's a deer. I can confirm it.
It's a dead deer. It's a dead deer. I've been out here forever trying to get stuff done.
Wait for it.
This place is spooky. Is anybody out there?
The legend.
Hello?
It's real.
Right.
That's crazy.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
I would have done the same thing.
Hell no.
In the pitch black darkness of the tunnel with nothing but a flashlight, Levi suddenly hears the disturbing cries of a baby. Familiar with the spooky stories about the tunnel, Levi makes a run for it. So could these cries belong to the spirit of the baby that tragically passed away at the creepy old railroad tunnel? And is the ghost of the baby's mother also inside, just waiting for someone to come in?
It's like the legend of La Llorona.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
In a flash,
Man, it makes so clear through that bitch. So good. You want that bitch, that's your ass. Hey, man, what you do?
sometimes a very silly moment turns scary in an instant. Two guys are just goofing around, but then, like a bolt out of the blue, fun time is over.
Why? I don't remember this one. Oh.
A sudden, very close lightning strike rips through the clouds and scares the
funny thing is I would have done the same thing.
Living out of them,
Woo!
sending them running inside in terror.
They're like, no, I'm going in first. Go.
Antoine's Restaurant.
Ooh.
Isabel Riley recently told a very creepy story online and followed it up with one of the creepiest pictures you'll ever see.
I want to see it.
I need to tell you guys about the most insane evidence that I have ever seen of a ghost existing. Backstory. I was at a company get-together with my CEOs, my coworkers, and one of the owners of the company. We've all looked at us and was like, hey, do you guys want to see a ghost picture? Immediately, yes. He begins to tell us that he was in New Orleans at a restaurant called Antoine's. New Orleans, first of all, super haunted city.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you know. And Antoine's is one of the
Pretty old
oldest restaurants
town
in the city. One of the oldest restaurants, I believe, in America. It has a lot of history. It used to be a jail. It is a really well-established place, has been around forever. So he's dining at this restaurant and he is offered a tour of the wine cellar. The wine cellar is huge, has thousands of bottles of wine, probably worth millions of dollars. So he's taking a tour of the wine cellar, he's taking pictures. There's this guy in the wine cellar on a laptop who is apparently at auction buying more rare wine for the collection.
Oh, I remember this one now.
My CEO takes pictures of this guy on his laptop, doesn't think anything of it, he doesn't see anything, leaves the restaurant, calls it a day. The next morning, he's looking through the photos and notices something. So this is the first picture that he showed me from the wine cellar. You can see this guy who is on his laptop at auction doing whatever. And here is the next picture that he took.
Look it, you could see her eyes. She's got like some necklace, probably like something more Victorian kind of dress. And it looks like she's like looking to see what he's doing. Terrifying.
So we all see that. That is a full body apparition. It looks like a woman in this like black Victorian dress.
She looks like she's looking at what he's doing.
When I was showed this, I genuinely had full body chills.
So just who could the creepy alleged ghost woman dressed all in black in the photo be? For that, we go into the history of the restaurant Antoine Alciatore opened his restaurant all the way back in 1840. Then in 1875, Antoine passed away when he was only 55 years old. When he died, he left his wife Julie in charge of the restaurant. So could this be Julie's spirit still looking over the restaurant from beyond the grave? Charge of the restaurant?
Bro, it looks like her!
So could this be Julie's spirit still looking over the restaurant from beyond the grave? Well, let me know what you think.
That's crazy! It looks like her!
Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com.
Go
this next video was recorded by a man named Javier from Argentina. Javier says that he was worried about his friend Antonio, as he hadn't heard from him in a while. So he drives over to Antonio's house to check up on his friend. Javier bangs on the front door. No one answers. He calls out Antonio's name. Again, no answer. So Javier climbs over the wall into Antonio's backyard and goes to the back door of the house. For some reason, the door is open. Fearing the worst, Javier goes inside to investigate. What happens next is downright chilling.
I think he finds his buddy.
Toño. Good. Toño, soy yo. Javier.
That should have been your first sign.
Hey. Hey, loco. Soy Javier, boludo.
I would not be opening that door. Tell you that right
Hey,
now.
loco, ¿sos vos? Ya fue, boludo. Vine a ver qué onda. ¿Cómo andás? ¿Estás bien? Che, loco, si yo vos salí.
It's not him.
¿Escuchan eso?
That's creepy.
Javier doesn't know what is going on, and he doesn't want any part of it. He decides to just leave the house and call the police. But just as he's about to exit, he hears a strange sound from somewhere behind him. The next 30 seconds are like something right out of a nightmare.
Oh boy. I don't remember that part.
Did you see it? A door swings open by itself and someone or something with glowing eyes seems to peek over the upper glass of the door, 7 feet in the air. Javier has had about enough and just makes a run for it. He says that whoever or whatever this was, it certainly was not his friend Antonio.
Nope, not me
After
for me.
calling the police over to the residence, Javier learns that his friend has tragically passed away inside the house, just behind that door that he couldn't open. Javier is so upset and confused by the whole ordeal that he just can't let it go. He decides to return to Antonio's house in search of answers. It did not go well.
We've seen movies like this.
Mierda.
Mouse.
Una laucha. Da un poco de escalofrío estar acá, se siente Se siente una carga un poco pesada, qué sé yo. ¡Qué mierda! La linterna. ¿Qué pasó? ¡Qué mierda! ¡Hey! ¿Quién es? ¿Quién anda ahí?
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
There's nobody there. Ah! This is like a horror movie. I get goosebumps. No. Why is the black box there? Watch, it's in there with you.
¡Hola! ¿Qué mierda anda ahí la concha de su madre?
Hello?
¡Hey!
And with that, Javier is done. He leaves the house, and to this day, he claims that he has no explanation for what happened inside. There's something in the basement.
Crazy.
Nuke's Top 5 viewer Oliver reached out to me about a video he captured in his home in Twin Falls, Idaho. In his email, Oliver says that he recorded a video for his friends with plans to hold a sleepover that same night.
Okay.
In his video, he shows his basement and where he and his friends will be sleeping.
Cool basement.
But what happens next is literally like something from a nightmare.
Uh-oh. That beanbag chair would be really comfy. I don't remember this one. Woo! The Hat Men. And it wasn't Princess Amidala, or however you pronounce her name.
What the hell?
As Oliver looks inside the bedroom, he sees a tall, dark figure standing inside the room. Startled by the creepy apparition, Oliver stumbles back before turning on the lights and taking another look. But whatever was standing there seems to have just disappeared.
It doesn't even look like... Trying to see if it was see-through or not.
What makes this footage even creepier is that when slowed down, it becomes clear that whoever or whatever this is seems to be wearing a hat. So if you don't know, across the world, countless people have reported seeing a being known as the, quote, Hat Man. Although some claim to have seen the apparition while fully awake, the Hat Man is known to terrorize victims of sleep paralysis. I asked Oliver if he had ever experienced sleep paralysis in his life, and he explained that he actually did, but only when he was a child.
Yeah.
So could Oliver have actually captured proof of the Hat Man's existence? Let me know what you think. Hell or high water?
Burn it down! Oh my gosh.
Back in August 2021, an unexpected flash flood swept through downtown Omaha, Nebraska. At around 10 p.m., Tony Liu and his two friends are relaxing in his apartment and watching the weather reports about the flood. They decide to take the elevator down to have a look at the flooded city streets for themselves.
Oh, I remember this.
It was a very bad idea.
Let me see your best moose impression.
Swimming in the water. Okay, can you please just hurry? Okay, thank you.
That's like a haunted, or that's like That's like a horror movie.
Tony and his friends didn't realize, but the lower levels of the apartment building were completely flooded with disgusting sewer water. As the elevator reaches the lobby, water pours inside, causing the elevator to malfunction and trap them inside with the rising water.
There should be that
once it got
square in the
towards
top.
my neck, chest, that's when I kind of, okay, like, I could possibly die in here.
The water continues to flood in, filling the elevator to the point that the three friends can barely keep their head above water. Tony is panicked and makes an emergency phone call to his roommate, Dalen Stapp, and the roommate hurries downstairs to try to help his trapped friends.
I told them, hey, I'm gonna die in here if you guys don't come and try to do something.
We went down into about shoulder deep water and just tried pulling it apart with everything we could. We had to get them out or it could have been fatal.
Tony's roommate Dalen finally manages to pry open the flooded elevator doors to free his friends from what could have been their watery grave. Luckily, they all escape and swim to safety without so much as a scratch.
Oh my gosh.
Not surprisingly, Tony Lou says that this was the scariest thing that has ever happened to him.
How scary was this? Honestly, I would say this is #1, the most scariest thing in my life. Yep. Hands down.
Okay, can you please just hurry? Okay, thank you. Shoot.
Factory worker Kama Kaylee recently moved from his home country of Greenland to live and work in Denmark. But little did he know that the apartment he moved into had a horribly dark past. 7 years ago, a 49-year-old man was brutally attacked and lost his life right outside the apartment's front door. After Kama moves in, he begins to notice his things moving and falling to the floor for no reason.
Trying to get your
He hears
attention.
the creepy sound of someone knocking on his door, and doors inside the apartment slam shut for no reason. One afternoon, Kama hears strange sounds coming from somewhere inside his apartment. He pulls out his phone and starts to record as he tries to find the source of the odd noises. But then, this happens.
What? It closes.
Kama gets a good jump scare as a door slams shut right in front of him. And, it seems to literally scare a fart right out of him. But now, this is where the fun ends and things start to get really dark. Because another day, not long after sunset, the eerie activity in the apartment starts up once again. Now, Kama is a bit scared, but once again, he takes out his phone to try to record proof of the creepy activity in his apartment. What happens next is truly creepy.
Oh. I tried to guess what he was going to say. What are you opening the cabinet for? My cabinets don't open like that. Does it close? Oop, this one looks like it's trying to open. Not the helmet!
A cupboard door opens by itself and Kama's helmet slides across the floor. Later that night, Kama decides to live stream from his apartment. He says that he's having trouble sleeping because he keeps hearing things moving and falling to the floor over in the next room. What happens next, live on camera, is downright chilling.
Jeez Louise. Holy moly! The door opened up. He's running. And he's out. Oh, there it is. And then it poofs.
Caught live on stream, Kama hears the sounds of his belongings falling to the floor in the other room. But when he goes to investigate, the drawers of a small cupboard slide open on their own. Kama's had enough and runs down the stairs and out of the building. But when he looks up at his apartment window,
Somebody's
he is
there.
shocked to see someone or something standing inside his apartment, seemingly looking right down at him. So with everything that has happened, could Kama's apartment actually be haunted by the restless ghost of the man whose life was taken there? Let me know what you think.
Who knows? Anything could be
Just
possible
a
with the
quick side
ghost.
note, but Greenlandic is only spoken by around 57,000 people in the entire world. So a huge thank you to Nuke's Top 5 viewer Wilhelm for translating The Midnight Whisper. Red Easer Mike is up around midnight after his family have all went to bed.
Okay.
He suddenly smells a strange odor coming from the living room, and he suspects that one of the family pets might have urinated on the floor.
Oh, I hate that.
But as Mike begins searching for the telltale puddle, something scares the absolute out of him.
Dog's over here like, I didn't do it. Cat comes in like, what?
A small childlike voice seems to whisper, "Mike," from somewhere nearby. Mike just books it up the stairs, leaving his dog and his concerned little kitten in the background to wonder what the hell just happened. Now, Mike says that he lives in an old 1850s house near the coast of Herring Cove, Canada, that has a slight bit of dark history, but he says that he's never experienced anything remotely paranormal before this night. In fact, Mike has never even made a single post about anything supernatural until this strange incident that literally sent him running.
Could this be legit? I just love how the cat comes in.
Followed home. Back in 2015, Candace Gardner and her husband attended a Halloween party at an abandoned and allegedly haunted prison with a dark history. It was a huge mistake. Candace says that the entire night at the party, she felt like something was watching her. And ever since that night, strange things have been happening in Candace's home. She now believes that a malicious entity might have followed her home from the old prison. A dark spirit that intends to harm her and her family. Soon after the prison trip, Candace begins to experience unexplained activity in her home. Lights flicker on and off at night while Candace and her husband sleep. Doors in the house open and close on their own. But scariest of all, the spirit begins to aggressively throw objects at Candace.
Is that a spatula?
And these frightening incidents continue to escalate, as it seems that the entity wants to seriously hurt Candace.
But why though? Did she touch something?
While Candace is sleeping, she starts to wake up to painful, violent attacks, as if some unseen force is roughly grabbing or pulling at her. And she says she caught proof. So late one night, Candace and her husband fall asleep while watching TV on the couch. As the couple sleeps, a CCTV camera in the room captures something absolutely horrifying.
And the way that her foot moves, it would not be comfortable. She had to have messed with like a Ouija board.
Candace's leg appears to be grabbed and twisted painfully into the air by an invisible force. She wakes up in a panic and screams for her husband to help her, but all he can do is grab her leg and pull it back. Eventually, he manages to free Candace's legs from whatever is pulling on it, but poor Candace is left sobbing in pain and fear. Now, I have to say that after watching this footage and hearing Candace's desperate pleas for help, this video is very compelling. But do you believe that a dark entity followed Candace home from the prison and is now violently haunting her home? Let me know what you think.
It looks violent.
As for Candace, she says that her family still experiences terrifying paranormal events to this day. Heads up. Popular Chinese ghost hunter Xiaolong is back. This time investigating an abandoned school in China that is said to be extremely haunted. As his live stream audience watches, Xiaolong begins to hear unexplained noises from somewhere in the building. He's a little on edge as he goes to check out the strange sounds. What happens next is... just watch.
Okay. He likes to yell at the ghosts. Oh my gosh, I've never seen them. Oh, I almost crapped a brick. Woo!
Xiaolong gets the fright of his life because plastic statue head. But luckily Xiaolong delivers a good old-fashioned slap upside the head to put that statue back in line.
I would have.
But things are about to get a bit more serious and a bit more frightening.
Okay.
As Xiaolong explores deeper into the haunted school, this happens.
I don't think Xiaolong sees it. Oh, there it is. Okay. I got jitters. And then the ghost is like, "Aww."
我教你玩儿，操你妈！我教你玩儿。我操
You pissed it off.
我操！我去你妈！
A small ball inside a classroom rolls across the floor by itself, so Xiaolong chucks it out a window. But then the lights hanging from the ceiling come crashing down, almost hitting Xiaolong. Now luckily the ghost hunter made it out safe, but he's not done just yet. Inside one of the school's many rooms, he finds a dirty old mirror. And this is when his exploration takes a terrifying turn.
Why? I think there was something standing behind him. Still there. Breathe. Watch something, then grab his leg. Still there? Nope. It's gone now. The flopping of the wood helped. Time to go.
In the mirror's reflection, someone can be seen standing behind Xiaolong, but when he swings around in terror, there's no one there. After an attempt at kicking and flailing at the invisible entity, Xiaolong finds that the reflection of the figure has disappeared. But now he spots a shadowy face peeking in from a window, and a heavy closet comes crashing down right in front of him. the activity is becoming a little too intense. So Xiaolong decides to leave and ends his live stream. You can see even more terrifying moments from this ghost hunt over on the YouTube channel, Outdoor Xiaolong. It comes out in the wash. Popular Saudi Arabian explorer Jassim is back on another exploration to find and capture evidence of the paranormal.
Okay.
This time Jassim investigates a long-abandoned apartment complex. Eerily enough, he finds evidence that a child once lived here.
Aww.
صورة أطفال.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
For unknown reasons, old black and white photos of a young girl have been taped to the wall in one of the many abandoned rooms. Now these seem completely out of place in the old decrepit building. Then, nearby, Jassim finds a creepy drawing of the popular children's cartoon, Scooby-Doo. And this is when things start to get really weird.
Really
because
weird.
Jassim starts to hear strange, unexplained sounds.
في حد؟ Hello? Anyone here? في أحد؟
The explorer hears the sounds of someone or something moving around inside the building,
But who or what
seemingly
is it?
close by. Jassim eventually finds a small courtyard, and what happens next is absolutely terrifying.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Instant chills.
As Jassim walks by old towels hung on a clothesline, he sees the terrifying pale face of a child with pitch black eyes.
Black-eyed children.
Back at him. Terrified, Jassim jumps back, but whoever or whatever it was has disappeared. So could this be the ghost of a child?
It looks
Perhaps
like her.
even a little girl from the photos he found earlier. Could this be the sinister entity of a jinn appearing as a child? Or is this just really good effects and a very elaborate hoax?
If it is, it scared the
it up to you.
crap out of me.
Hiding under the bed. In another creepy video
Or not.
shared to TikTok without a source, a man is woken up in the middle of the night by a strange thumping sound coming from under his bed. What happens next is absolutely horrifying.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. We're always told not to. No, don't do it. Ah!
The man looks under his bed but sees nothing that could explain the mysterious thumping.
I just
But
pooped
then
my
a
pants.
horrific thing comes sliding out from under his bed, and the video cuts. Now, I'm in no way claiming that this video is real, but it is definitely very creepy.
Yep,
And real or not, I'll leave that for you to decide.
I pooped my pants.
Unstable.
I pooped my pants.
This next strange video was recorded by a CCTV camera in a horse stable, but the location of the stable and the original source of the footage are unknown. The video shows a horse in its stall, relaxed and peaceful. But around 2:39 a.m., there's an odd dark flash across the CCTV camera, and then all hell breaks loose.
Horses are just big, huge, majestic creatures. Does it scare the horse? Yep. Horse was like, I'm not staying in here. Other horses are like, what's going on, Jerry? I saw something.
Something unknown disturbs the horse so much that it panics and actually breaks right through its stall. But that's not all, because as the horse roams loose in the stable, what happens next is truly bizarre.
Escaped horse. Second angle. It's like this is how their horse is comforting the other one. Is he trying to jump in to like he's just hanging there. What is going on?
The horse lingers at a different stall, disturbing one of the other horses as it kicks and makes panic noises. The horse then seems to angrily attempt to leap over into the other stall with that horse. The stable owner says that this incident is one of the weirdest things he's ever experienced with one of his horses. Now, this video was shared to TikTok, and comments mention that the culprit might be Jen, as apparently it is said that Jens will often torment horses. And there was also that odd dark flicker in the camera footage. So, paranormal or not?
Who knows?
Really, without a source, we'll never know what happened here. And maybe this horse just randomly lost its damn mind.
Could have.
The passenger.
I remember
Taxi
this
driver
one.
Jarek from Baguio, Philippines is working the night shift when he spots a woman on the side of the road who needs a lift.
Ghost
what happens next is something he'll never forget.
Door opens. I would love for him to like draw what he saw. Gone! Poof!
Wala. Wala. Diyos ko po. Wala. Multa ata yung nasakay ko ah.
Just give it right to a ghost? Woo!
Wala. Wala. Multo yung nasakay ko.
I would be done for the night.
Diyos ko. May sumakay kanina.
He looks up and down.
May sumakay kanina. May sumakay kanina, pero bakit nawala? Scout bar yung sabi.
Scout? I looked that up and see what, like, why she asked for that. So, do we see it? Nothing. There's nothing there.
We can see the taxi door open and close, and Jarek swears a woman wearing a long white and purple dress stepped into his taxi, requesting to be taken to Scout Barrio, a neighborhood in the city. After a short drive, he looks into his rearview mirror to discover that there's no woman in his car. She has disappeared. He's baffled and looks around the back seat in startled disbelief. Jarek says he was tired and never got a good look at the woman's face, but he's certain a woman got in his car.
Well, who opened the door?
Jarek gave a taxi ride to a spirit? Or just what do you think was happening here?
Spirit. Oh, that was a fast hour. Well, guys, I thank you guys for watching with me of the 25 scary videos of the year of 2024. Let me know which one scared you guys the most, which one you guys would never do. If you guys thought they were real, fake, fact, fiction, whatever have you, let me know. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep it real, keep it safe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep nerding on. Peace.